Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com. All right. You guys are tuned in to Hotlyte right here on hot7025fm.com. I am Carrice, and listen, we are going to get this done today, okay? Because we got a really special guest here in the building with us. And, I guess without further ado, it's time for us to go ahead and get right to it. I have Witch Cabin in the building. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Hot. It's hotter in Vegas.
Yeah, it is hot. Like I had to turn I think the past few weeks I've been going from AC to heat to AC in the same day, just back and forth. But today the AC is on for sure. So are you in Cali?
In LA, yeah.
You're in LA. How's that going?
I mean, LA's doing just fine. We're hot, and I don't have my AC on because I don't want it to be too loud. So if I
Gotcha. I heard. So I did read that you are from New York, raised in San Francisco. That's like a completely that's a polar opposite, even culturally. Not even talking about geographically, but what's your thoughts on that?
I always say it was kind of like having foreign parents. Growing up in California with Brooklyn parents, is funny. There's
Yeah.
just a way, and I feel like I can swim in both circles, but I definitely have Brooklyn in me. Growing up with them, more my mom has like swears like a sailor. My dad was, my dad would come to LA and wear his Brooklyn Dodgers baseball
Yeah.
hat around and just be like,
Yeah, you know what? My family's a Dodger family,
mm,
specifically because my grandfather was drafted to play for the Brooklyn Dodgers way back when.
no,
So we just
nice.
naturally became a Dodger family. So I love the Dodgers. So me and your dad on the same page. I get it.
He's like, Brooklyn Dodgers, like, this is bullshit. No.
Well, good. Well, listen, I'm glad that we were able to connect. I know you have
Yes.
just like even kind of reading your bio, I could tell that like energetically, like you are a dope person. And
Oh,
I
that's
think that
nice.
and it sounds like you're making some music where you want people to connect, you want people to kind of keep it real. And then at the
Yeah.
same time, it gets a little risky because you're kind of telling people like this is exactly what we need to do in order to create connection. I know we have a lot of social media. Like I saw something where you wrote about not having certain connections anymore. Like we have to like reform these types of connections. Like where did that thought come from for you?
It definitely like I'm gonna do this. I think we're having delay. It definitely came from going out into the world after a long relationship and seeing how much things had changed. It was personal experience for
Yeah.
sure. I won't get into naming names
Are we
or
are we talking like how dating has changed?
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's and it just it kind of bled out into seeing how people sort of are right now, like so afraid of conversations, so afraid of showing up, so afraid of being trapped, like it's all a trap. Like the whole notion of connection right now is really sort of broken, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's kind of sad, but also I think the tide might be turning a little bit because
Mm-hmm.
people are talking about it. Like, what is happening?
Right. Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. So it was a time where I think I was single for like maybe 8 years or something like that. And
Okay.
and that was interesting. Like that was an
Mm-hmm.
interesting time. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
you take that time too and you get to know like yourself and the things that maybe you didn't know that you weren't able to do in this relationship that you may have had previously. And then you can like come into being authentically yourself. And I think that sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we need that space. Sometimes we need, the trauma of going through a breakup and all that in order to understand like how we can reconnect with people. Like, are we going to go on dates? Are we going to meet up or we're going to go on a date? Like, what are we going to do? What type of connection is this going to be? So,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think
And I
that
think,
even, go ahead, go
oh,
ahead.
sorry. Oh, I know. I was just going to say it's interesting to find that intentionality is the outlier now, and you almost like have to admit it. Like, I'm being intentional, and it's
Right.
like, gross. Ew.
Right. Right. And it's challenging too. But I think that we're coming to a point where we're like, listen, are we dating or not? Like, I'm married now, but going through that process, like even going on a first date with him, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like I felt on that first day, I'm like, okay, this guy wants to, like, he's trying to get married to me. Like that's, on the first date. But I think that there
Obviously.
but there was a conversation where I had to be like, okay, so what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not about to be in this delayed situation where we're trying to figure out what we're doing when we already know what it is. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree. But I think that even just in regular everyday, we're going through so much stuff in the world, and every day just conversations. It's even on social media. It might be you might be a little tricky to engage. So what have you found when it comes to that?
Well, yeah, I think it's not just about dating or anything. It's about so much missed communication and so much misinterpretation. Everyone's sort of guarding their own little castle and having a hard time getting an aerial view or even
Yeah.
wanting to. And
Mm-hmm.
I hate to generalize. I don't think it's everyone or anything, but I feel like we're in a time, and I don't know if it's apps meets social media meets COVID, but I think that that was the soup that created this sort of fear of connection, but also fear of missing out, fear, like all of it. It's just
Yeah.
like we've kind of started treating people like they're disposable, and it, well, I won't go there. Well, I feel like men, I love you. I love you guys. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to hurt any feelings, but I feel like there's like a, it's like you're saying this and they hear this and then they're like, you're trying to trap me, and you're like, I was just trying to see if you were hungry. Like, I don't know how this is happening, but the terror of what you
Right.
think I'm saying to you is fascinating
Right. Right.
and funny.
Yes, absolutely. So, and I brought up the conversation on connection because I know you have a song called "We Want Connection," and at the same time, I was reading. I'm like, you do everything. So you sing, you're producing, you're writing. Like, girl, like kudos to you. I adore that. I adore that. So, how did you even get into doing music, writing, and producing? Like, what did that even come from?
Well, I'd like to say I'm a bit of a seasoned veteran of music. I'm not a baby. I'm not just starting out. This project is new, but I've been doing I've been doing music for a really long time in bands and different stuff. And but I always I kind of started as the club kid singing over DJs and all of that, and singing on white label records. And I lived in San Francisco. It was like I lived next door to Mark Farina. Everyone was a DJ and a hip hop artist, all of it. So I started there, and then came to LA and ended up doing more of a band thing. And I'm back to my roots. So I'm like, no, I'm an inner club kid. I want beats. I want bass. I want to hug the speakers and talk about shit that's real. But like, I really love electronic music. I love experimental. I love like playing with synths. And back in the day, you were kind of the girl that sat there waiting for the boys to produce.
Mm.
And I was probably insufferable because I had a lot of ideas and didn't know how to express them. I didn't learn how to use the things. I was always just frustrated. And if you talk to some of my old bandmates, they'll probably be like, yeah, she was rough because because I didn't feel like I was allowed to actually
Mhm.
produce, and yet I probably should have been.
Mhm.
So that probably made me difficult. But
No,
now
that just made you because
it's fiery.
I think a lot of times in various industries, whether it's music or radio, media, entertainment, anything, women typically tend to be difficult when they voice their opinions. And so if we want to, be realistic, that's really what it is. It's not our lack of talent. It's not that we are angry. It's really that people get offended when we're right.
I mean, I will say, to be fair, I knew a lot more about what I didn't want than what I did because I
Hmm.
wasn't hands-on. And so I'd
Yeah.
be like, I was a not that person. Now I'm trying to teach my kid that not that is a good way to, not a good way to collaborate,
Hmm.
and that the onus is on you to express what you're
Hmm.
trying to do,
Right.
not the other person to read your mind.
Right.
But when I was younger, I probably was that person that's like, you're not reading my mind.
So
Um,
you mentioned being in a band, and when I initially saw the name Witch Cabin, I'm like, that sounds like a band. Like,
mhm.
how did you get to Witch Cabin?
Well, I started writing again and recording at a cabin in the woods, and it's black, and it just, when I was thinking of names, I didn't want to just be Tracy Marcelino. I don't feel like that rolls off the tongue as an artist exactly. Like, it's a lot, it's a mouthful. I mean, I love my name, but I didn't see it that way. And then I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to be, and it felt like that was where this started again. And so it
Mhm.
just made sense. And then the deep, dark secret that I let out the other day was also that the URL was available.
Oh, nice.
And I was like,
Nice. It
I
worked.
can I can literally write Witch Cabin without any alterations, and it was available. So that became the winner of the names.
Gotcha. Well, tell us a little bit more about We Want Connection, and we're gonna play the video here in just a minute.
Oh, cool. Okay. We Want Connection is my baby. It's a song that I'm so proud of, honestly. And it was the beginning of me really starting to realize this wasn't me just working out my big feelings in a cabin, but this was actually happening. Because I've been on a break for a long time. I kind of stopped and did other things, made a person. And then when it came time to process, and I'd really been missing music and felt like it was just gone. And then when I had to process going through a separation, it came pouring out. And I started to go, oh, this is real. Am I gonna, this is happening. I just gotta follow the trail, and here we are.
Good. Well, go ahead and introduce it to the world. We'll get right into it.
Okay, this is called We Want Connection by Witch Cabin, which is me.
Push me away, then ask me to stay. I want connection. Betray the words that you're saying. I want connection. We're smelling each other like kin. Your smooth, soft skin drawing me in. I could cry, I've known you 100 lives. It's pure perfection. Decided it's a sin. Smile and check while you express your regrets. We've lost connection. We've lost connection. Diversify your game for self-protection. Push me away, then ask me to stay. I want connection. Our chemicals betray the words that you say. I want connection. We've lost connection.
We Want Connection. I love that. Yes. Okay. So are you fighting against connection?
That's what connection feels like right now.
Okay.
And I'm watching that and I'm thinking about Jose, who's in the video with me, is maybe the sweetest person in the whole world. And every time he'd like punch at me and be like, "I'm sorry," and like kiss me on the shoulder. He's like, and he looks so mean. He had this like cool grill that made him look so scary. And I was like, he's like a total sweetie love bug.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I have another song that we'll be playing here shortly, but so you have a full album that you're going to be releasing, or what's your thoughts on that?
I do. It was going to be an EP, and then it just keeps. I'm just writing and writing, and I'm doing it one song at a time anyway. So I feel like by the time the year's out, this year I'm just going to keep releasing, building, and I think it'll probably be more like a whole record.
Okay.
Or like maybe eight songs might be by the time we hit the end of the year. So, and We Want Connection is the name of the record as well.
Nice.
So
Good.
yeah,
That's
we'll just
perfect,
keep-
I think.
yeah, one at a time, because no one knows I exist yet. I feel like I need to just like
Just reintroduce yourself.
Yeah, one song at a time.
Understood.
Mhm.
So, you mentioned like having a little one. How do you engage with your little one connecting with other people, other kids, like, whether it's games or anything like that? What does that look like?
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, well, he's my favorite person on the planet of Earth, and he's a little weirdo. He's like me. He's ADHD, and he's a special kid. He has tons of friends. Like, he's so good with his friends, and they all do art and draw, and I'm teaching them how to do music. They made a horror film. Shout out Baghead.
Shout out.
It's a 10-year-old version of Blair Witch.
Nice.
But I'm helping them make the soundtrack for it, and they're starting to play with Ableton and stuff with me.
Good.
Yeah, he's
So
10.
they're going to be producing their own stuff. Listen,
If I can help it, yeah.
My 4-year-old nephew knew how to run a whole radio station just by watching. So they're, these kids are, they pick up things quickly. They're well advanced. They really can do anything. And I tell my nephews that all the time. You can do anything. And I can't. And so now. So he might end up producing something on your album here, by the time the year end comes.
He might be on there. I'm more like, hey, I don't want to have a band anymore, but could I turn my son into a bandmate? Could I have him trigger some samples, and could I put him on stage?
Right, absolutely.
Like, maybe I birthed my bandmate.
That's funny.
I just had to wait.
So you have another song called Lifelike. Tell me about that.
That song, I wrote it at the end of my past life in music and never put it out. And it's about my sister and a night in Barcelona. And it's kind of about a moment is fleeting, and you just want to hold on to it. And it's like a moment of closeness with someone you want to be close with. And it's not always as easy. But at 3:00 in the morning in a club in Barcelona, it is. But you're like, this isn't gonna be like this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that song is about that. So it's about connection. I guess it felt relevant to add it to this because it's about connection with my sister.
Right. Well, go ahead and introduce it, and we'll go ahead and get into it.
Okay, this one is called Lifelike by Witch Cabin.
We watch the street lights turn on. We watch those lights, lights, walking in stride towards the morning sun as it climbs. I hope you meant every word you said last night. 'Cause I'm not like you, but I'll try. I'll try. Try. 'Cause it was like when we were young. We were so like. It was just like when we were young. We were so like. It was just like when we were young.
That beat is, it's it.
Cool. Thank
that.
you.
I love it.
Awesome.
Nice. I just gotta let that ride out. Sorry. Yes. I love that.
Thank you. I worked with a producer. I co-produced this one with Ryan Martin, who produces all my vocals, whether I produce the song with him or not. I just love having that. He's so good with these like harmony ideas and stuff. So I just want to share that credit because he did that really cool zippery sounding synth that when he put that in, I was like, it's everything. I love it. He's like, it's weird. It really is it right? Is it not right? I'm like, it's changed the song. It's perfect. Yeah,
it's perfect. It's perfect. Well, we only have a few minutes left, but is there a message that you want to deliver to the listeners?
A message I want to deliver. Follow me, listen, come to see things. I'm going to be doing a lot this year and it's going to be fun and it's going to be good. And I want you there.
So are you performing live?
I will be soon.
Tour? What are we looking like?
I'll let you know when that happens. But right now I'm just getting the live show together and it's kind of a lot of pre-programming because I'm going to be doing it alone. So it's like figuring out how to do effects and how to do things and what to sort of put in the back. So it's a lot of pre-thinking. I'm thinking by summer I'll be able to start playing and touring, etc.
Okay. Yeah, definitely keep us posted, tag us and let us know, like keep us informed, and we definitely want to get you back too when it's time to do your full album, because I think that it's going to be what we need, and it already has a good energy feel, so I think it's going to be perfect.
Well, the next song is coming out April 10th.
What is it?
It's a Prince cover, which the audacity to do a Prince cover. I just started writing a song and it was When You Were Mine. Like it just, the bass line was it. And I was like, you know what? It fits the album so much. I'm leaning in. And so I did a When You Were Mine cover.
Nice.
Only cover I've ever done in my life.
And you said April 10th. Nice.
You'll probably hear from Jules.
Okay, perfect. Well, tell us where we can find and follow you on all social media platforms, how we can stay connected, your website, all that good stuff. Okay,
great. On Spotify, search Witch Cabin, We Want Connection, also Lifelike. Those are the only 2 songs on there now, but it's going to grow. On Instagram, at Witch Cabin Music, Witch Cabin, as you know, I got the URL, so you could just go right there. And then all streaming platforms that you can imagine, I'm on there.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and sharing your music and all that good stuff. And I can't wait to see what you have coming next. All right.
Thank you for having me. Total pleasure. I really appreciate it.
And listen, thank you all for tuning in right here on hot7025fm.com. Up next, we have a way bigger than sports. They're talking about something real risky. So tune in, hot7025fm.com.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot702.5fm.com.